Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. A bunch of stuff from Kizer. I didn't look at the outside box. You'll have to trust me. This is just an unboxing, but I love being surprised, especially by cool stuff. Cool stuff specifically from companies like Kizer who do a really good job. I think these two up here are special, so we're going to save those for towards the end of the video. Thanks so much to Kizer for sending in, I'm going to assume it's new stuff. I will link everything down in the description so that you guys can check it out if you want to. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Let's start off here. We're going to move some stuff just so the camera stays focused on the right things. I'm going to open up what I assume are fixed blades. So this first one here is called the Hidden Agenda. Oh my goodness, it's a 10V blade with an aluminum handle. Kizer, I don't think Kizer gets enough credit for being willing to work with. I really need a new background, don't I? Look at all these slices. I don't think they get enough credit for being a Spyderco-esque company in that they are willing to work with so many different blade steels. I don't remember Kizer ever working with 10V before, but I wouldn't be surprised if I was mistaken. You guys can let me know down in the comment section. Okay, this does look like a knife that would be called the Hidden Agenda. Jeez. This is cool. Look at that. That's beautiful. Man. This is some Assassin's Creed type stuff here. That's cool. So we have a true dagger ground blade. Very gritty texture here on the blade itself. Where is, obviously the sheath is underneath here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Nice little sheath there, a little purple, a little color, right? Purple is not the most tactical of colors, but then again, it may not matter. So right off the bat, when you pull this from the sheath, you cannot do this. You can't do this, and here's why. Because as you pull, you are dragging that straight edge against your finger. You really have to just pull straight out, or if you have to push on the sheath, then you need to do it here. I would say just pull it out, right? Don't push on the sheath. They haven't given you a thumb notch, right? So it would be kind of, you'd have to make that user error. It almost looks like, a good throwing knife. Now, don't worry. I won't do that. Extra hardware. We got the clip, right? Okay. Yeah, let's take a look here and read again. It says 10V. This is a Justin Lundquist design. 10V blade, black aluminum handle. I think this is really cool. I like this. I like the little rubberized inserts here. I think that's nice. This is just from the sheath, right? It's not damaged or anything like that. The gritty texturing, though, I'm not sure if this is DLC or something else. It is neat that it's 10V. I would not have expected that. I kind of like that. That's a fun one, right? I mean, as far as like fixed blades go, they tend to not be, at least from my perspective, they tend to not be quite as interesting. Oh, some stickers. All right, cool. My kids will love those. They tend to not be quite as interesting. Now, this is called the Polaris. This is my Carta and G10 and AEBL. Now, I mistakenly, I had a bunch of knife makers actually reach out after I claimed this. I assumed that AEBL was a dated steel, and I think some people would still say that. This is apparently like a very preferred fixed blade steel, and it's also a lot better than maybe than I had judged it for. We have a nice little, we've got a standy grind on this. Is this like a hardcore, is this like a bushcrafter style knife? Now all I can do is guess, because obviously I'm just a guy who talks about knives on top of a table. I'm wearing sweatpants right now, right? I'm not about to go out and survive in the wilderness, far from it. So I'm not going to pretend to know. But, ooh, yeah, oh, we got to slice a little piece of paper there. I bet this is, God bless it. That is insane. Oh, hold on. Yeah, looky there. Looky there. Hold on. Look at that. That thing is red. Look how it bit into the top. I don't know that I've ever seen that happen before. Hold on. This bit into the top of the paper and actually shaved it. It shaved it before it bit. You understand what I mean? It shaved this off of the top of the paper. I did not do that on purpose. I was just trying to get it to bite. Those first little connections there before it finally... So that is insane. Some of the sharpest edges that I have ever felt have been Scandi. Which I assume is what this is. So you got the double jimping areas. This is a really nice knife. It is also an insanely comfortable knife. I really like this. This might actually be a fixed blade that I end up keeping. I don't love that. But I also don't know that I would ever need to take the scales off. That's pretty cool. That is a tool. For sure. Let's get this out here. Take a look. A nice, tactical shit. Oh, and we've got... Is it for resharpening? Yeah, I think actually. Right on top of the sheath there. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I doubt that this is the first time it's ever been done, but that's kind of neat that it's... You can literally sharpen it on the fly. That's a nice knife. AEBL as well. Okay, so here we go. Ideal for carving notches, tent pegs and spoons, shaving wood curls for fire starting, light scraping for food preparation, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. To enhance chopping durability, you may add a secondary bevel of 20 to 30 degrees. That reduces sharpness. Okay, that's kind of neat that they've included all that. This is really cool. I wonder if this is like a 1 to 150 or 75 to 100 tears. I'm not really sure. But that's a really nice fixed blade. These were far more interesting than I expected them to be, for sure. I'm actually going to take this out of the sheath so that we can all see it, but I think I will. I think I'll keep that. We want to try to do more camping. And I like the idea of having a knife that is versatile in that setting. I am not a professional, just a guy who went camping a bunch of times as a kid and knows basically that much. So, yeah. This one here is called the Skinner Marcige Torbay. I'm sorry, I almost certainly mispronounced your name. So I apologize. Nitro V blade, PEI handle, and liner lock. Okay. Take a look here. Okay, the Skinner, PEI or whatever this. What do we call this? Okay, yeah, that does work. We've got a nice big fuller there. This feels vaguely familiar for some reason. I'm not sure. Almost taking a note from Civivi there on that pocket clip. Goodness. Okay, detent does feel good. Nice access to the lock bar. Great choke up position and extended jimping back here with a very thin blade. It's a shame that the fuller is not accessible from the closed position, but outside of that, I think it's fine. I don't know that there's anything incredibly noteworthy here. The Skinner in Nitro V, okay, that's fine. Feels good. I don't really have any like particular criticisms outside of what I pointed out there. And then as far as the other budget one, because I have to assume this is also budget territory, the Meteora, like the Linkin Park album. Nitro V blade and satin, and we have a micarta handle with a liner lock. Okay. Alrighty. Looks like Kizer Vanguard territory, which is fine. Kizer does a great job. If you're looking for a good, maybe slightly higher than a budget knife, I think Kizer's got this territory absolutely nailed down. In fact, this is ridiculous in the action department. That is very smooth. Goodness. Hold on. Woo, that's nice. Hold on. Got to do the... I can just barely feel the bearings in there. Just barely. That is quite smooth. Very ergonomic. Who do we have here? Meteora. Nitro V. Okay. Liner lock. Good, though. Great stuff. Really, really nice. Now, let's take a look at these two premium ones here. So we have one listed as... Yeah, so this is... It's called the Aura S45VN Bubble Stonewashed. Okay, that'll be interesting to find out what that means. Titanium and carbon fiber gold flake handle liner lock. Alrighty, let's have a look. Is it small? It kind of feels medium. What is bubble stonewash? So, okay, titanium with the gold flake. And, okay, this is a little bit different. What's going on here? It just looks like it was media blasted with something. I don't know. Who knows? Right? Bubble stonewash. I don't know. Aura. Okay, S45VN, liner lock, and titanium on the exterior. Is there a nested insert in the liner? It doesn't appear so. That's just a D10 ball. Okay, pretty straightforward there. Nothing, I mean, personally, nothing incredibly interesting there for me. This other one is called the Slakta. I doubt that I pronounced that correctly. Oh, this is a Kizer X Series knife. Okay, so it's a good thing we saved this for last. If you don't know, I don't know why it's doing this. I didn't open it. It just came like that. The Kizer X Series is like they're taking it up a notch, right? They're going beyond, even further beyond Super Saiyan 2. Is that the original quote? That's when he goes Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, they go past that. And they have actually done a good job with this series. They have demonstrated that they are capable of taking it up a notch and doing things and adding things to knives that justify those higher price tags, because this is in a higher tier for people who want that, right? You don't have to. It's not like they're going to evolve everything to this tier. They do a good job with their different tiers, but... So this is the next X Series, huh? Okay, well, I will judge this. I hyped this knife up, but if it doesn't meet my standards, I'll let you know. Oh, I thought this was G10. Hold on a second. It's not. This is something else. Yeah, it is titanium. Boy, the texturing on there really had me thinking G10. Okay, so we have textured fragged titanium. Got a little thumb notch. We have a sculpted clip. We have a nice pivot collar. Oh, very interesting back here. Okay. Little extra back here. Doing that Kizer X thing where they bring the frame together. It's kind of neat, right? How nice it looks is purely subjective. It does factually cost more money to mill it like this. Now let's take a look at the blade. Okay. Kind of a Persian, just like a typical Persian style blade. Action's very, very good. What do we have here? Nested locking system. Hold on. I'm going to move my energy drink here. Let's find out if this is steel or titanium. It is steel. I would prefer assuming what this is. Functionally, it doesn't matter, right? It's steel on steel contact. That's what you want. If it was titanium, I would want a steel lock bar insert so you have steel on steel contact between the lock face and the lock face of the blade and the lock face of the lock, right? You want steel on steel. At this price point, this presumed price point, Kizer, I think you guys should go ahead and do titanium when you do this. Titanium lock bar, steel lock bar insert, that's really going to help you there. I know that this is a way to cut a little bit of the cost, and if this is where I assume it's going to land in terms of the price, then yeah, it should probably be titanium. That's going to help people a lot more. It is done very nicely, though. I will say that. I do like how this looks. I love when we have the head or the access point of the lock bar itself pronounced, and it molds into the exterior of the frame. It's a very Brian the Doe or Holt way to do that. I like that. We have a lock bar that just sits in its standard position. The blade, M390, and it is presumably DLC coded. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, because this is the first time I've opened it. We're just doing the unboxing today. We're not doing anything else. Yeah, it's... I hate to say probably, because, you know, then I end up being wrong. Where the heck did the outside of the box go? I don't know. I'm going to guess it's DLC coded. So if this ends up being like a $250 knife, sure, yeah, okay. I'm not mad at that price point. Do I think it's a $250 knife? No, I don't. I have a feeling they're going to charge more for it because of that Kizer X Series name. So it really depends on the... Obviously, by the time you're watching this, like if you go into the description right now, I've got it linked. So I already know what the price tag is, but you guys can check it if you want to. I'm going to guess they want 300 plus for this, which I personally would not be on board for. I am, however, going to guess that the rest of this stuff is priced probably pretty appropriately. This, I think, if it had the nested titanium, like if they want north of 300 for this, okay. If you had a nested titanium liner lock and you had contoured this, maybe you had added some additional accents and things. We confirm that this is truly DLC, right? Then, okay, then you're in that territory. But I just have a feeling that that's not the case. Maybe I'm wrong, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, right? I will carry these. Well, I mean, I'm not going to review the fixed blades. Like, it's fixed blades, right? I'm a design reviewer, and I carry knives casually. Each of these will get its own review over the next few weeks, so you can wait for that. If you don't want to, that's fine. You want to check them out, I'll have them linked in the description. That's going to be it from me today. Please make sure, I don't even know where the card is, make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.